So it's such a unique vehicle. Can you tell us about it?
So my brother and I inherited this car when my father passed away.
So I've got to ask, why did he turn it into a drag car?
He did.
And what was the rationale? It's such a unique vehicle. Welcome to another edition of The Story Behind the Car. I'm with Steve, and this is his beautiful 1963 Studebaker Lark Wagonaire, correct?
Yep, correct, yep.
So it's such a unique vehicle. Can you tell us about it?
So my brother and I inherited this car when my father passed away 6 months ago or so. Dad bought it in 1968. It was a drag car from the late 60s into the 70s. Sat dormant for years, and in the 90s he decided to make it just a driving car. He's driven it all over the country. We live in Ohio. He's driven it to California. It's been to Arizona. It's been to Canada. All kinds of Studebaker car shows. He's made all kinds of modifications to it. It's a great car.
So I've got to ask, why did he turn it into a drag car?
He did.
And what was the rationale? It's such a unique vehicle.
They turned it into a drag car because of the class that it qualified for. Because I don't know if it was the wheelbase or the weight or what it was, but they chose this car because of a class for NHRA.
Okay. And I'm just going to walk around and
and it is a sliding roof too.
Yeah.
See, the roof slides forward.
And how many of these do they make? Do you know?
That I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because there are not very many out there.
The roof slides forward so you can carry a tree or a refrigerator or anything in there. So I brought a bicycle, that way you can see the roof sliding forward.
Yes. And I've seen videos on these before, and when I was a kid I had I guess it was a Matchbox.
Yeah, with the camera in the back of it.
I didn't have the camera, but I remember the sliding roof.
Yep.
One of my brothers probably stole the camera and broke it.
Absolutely. So this car it was painted in the early 70s. My dad has done some light restoration to it, but it's pretty much like it was since the early 70s.
Okay.
It's got aftermarket axles. My dad was making Mosier axles for Studebaker application. This car is a 5-speed Mustang transmission, supercharged V8, 289 cubic inches. He added air conditioning to it. He custom made the headers.
Well,
I'll walk down. Driven thousands of miles in the U.S.
And I'll just wander down here. Now, I saw a Daytona on there. Was it a Daytona? Or?
Yeah,
the
Daytona.
And boy, you've got all kinds of history. That's your father on the semi?
That's our father, yep.
Yeah.
He was active in the Studebaker Club forever. Passion of whole lifetime of Studebakers.
Yes.
Cars and trucks.
Just an amazing vehicle, and just, look at with the telescope in the back end.
Yep. And here's a picture of the car in 1971 when he was drag racing. And here's some time slips. They ran 14 flat in 71 with it. So it's a supercharged V8. My dad modified it so it's got General Motors electronic ignition. It's got air conditioning. It's still an R2 package clone.
Okay.
My dad built it in the late 60s.
And I was looking at another Studebaker, and they had the distributor at the back end.
Yep, they did.
I had a Chevy pickup truck with a 283. I think it had I think it was a 283. It had a distributor at the back end.
Gotcha.
And a guy that I was selling it to him, he goes, "Oh, those are great because you can take it to the car wash. You don't have to worry about
get them
wet." Yeah.
But this package was available in '63. This one's not a real one, but you could buy this from Studebaker just like it was.
Wow. And is it a pretty fast car still?
It does okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun to drive.
And I see you have AC on it.
It does have air conditioning.
And when was that put on, do you know?
In the 90s.
Okay.
Yep.
Because that looks like a pretty small compressor.
Yeah, it was done in the 90s.
Yeah. Just amazing lines and so unique and quirky.
Yeah.
What is your favorite thing about the car?
It's history. It's been in our family for over 50 years, and it's I've grown up around this car, and it's got lots of history with my family, and I'm proud to still own it with my brother.
Yeah.
My brother and I own it together. His name's David. So.
Okay. A shout out to your brother David.
Yep. Shout out to my brother David.
And what a unique hinge for the hood.
Yep. And these are the springs that assist the hood to raise.
Yeah. And is that, I guess, fold forward when you close the hood?
Yeah, it does. It folds forward. Yep. Studebaker is way ahead of their time.
Yeah. it's just amazing to see stuff like that and see how they were experimenting.
2013, this car was in Motor Trend magazine. They took it in the train station in Cincinnati, Ohio, and did a bunch of pictures with it inside. So it's had a little bit of fame.
Yeah, it's such a beautiful car. And I'm going to step over this sign.
Yeah.
Is it okay if I open the driver's door and look inside?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
That's awesome, man.
Thanks.
It's awesome.
Yeah, this is my father's car.
You did a good job.
Yeah, it's looked like this since the early 70s. He drag raced it. It's been all over the U.S. driving.
So unique.
He built it. He made it. It's a clone. It's supercharged. Yeah, this package was available. This one was made, but
Remember, that's
you
a
could have got
Ford
this
T5
package in front
out of a
Studebaker
Mustang.
63.
Oh, really?
It was available. Yep.
We were just talking about it.
That-
How much power did they make when they were racing?
I'm not sure. 200 horsepower or something. Not a lot, but this one's all original. It's got 40,000 miles on it.
Anything that we haven't covered, Steve, that we should cover before we wrap it up?
Nope, we brought the car up here from Ohio in tribute to our father. So
Wonderful. And what was your father's first name?
Malcolm Berry.
Malcolm?
Yep. Malcolm
Okay.
is his first name.
Well, here's to Malcolm.
Yep, absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.